everyone, this is Jeffrey. Now I've already done a video on this object that I found, and at the time I really didn't know what it was, and I just did the video to here, look at this thing in Antarctica. But after I looked at the picture, I decided that it's much more than what I thought it was. So I guess we'll just, let's see, I gotta bring that up now. I'll go ahead and bring it in there. See right in, it's an old volcano, it looks like, with a flat cratered top. Here is the get that thing out of my way here, I can't see. Swing it down here. I don't like the way they make this go at an angle. But there it is. That's basically it. Go back out a little bit here and show you what we have overall. Okay. Volcanoes down here on the bottom. And there it is. So overall, there's a disk here. There's another round disc-like looking thing, but it's thick, like this one. And from out here you can see the row of tanks, a couple more, 2 tanks, and then some kind of a connecting device thing over here, and then there's a row of something here. But this is underwater. You can see there's like an underwater ledge, and then right through here there are windows. So this looks like it's a giant, could be a giant craft, I guess. And if that's what this is, then that's probably what this is too. Another one. Okay, now whether they're operational or not, I don't know. I would probably think so, because there's a rows of things over here. So there's a lot more going on under this ice than we could see from this picture. And so we'll switch over to the magnified view that I have already going here. You can see some of these tunnel looking things with the bumps on them. That seems to be their style of these solar mining operations that the aliens are doing. I know it sounds crazy, but we'll get to that in a minute. But zoomed in, you can see right here, it looks like windows all around the side. Very clear windows. Right, goes around here. Not sure what this is, a reflection or what. That looks like windows. This is like a ledge here. These are all cylinder tanks. And then right on top we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hemispherical looking things. Then over here more tanks. And some kind of a connecting piece here. Over on this one, this also has this triangular shape on top. It looks like something sticking up. That could just be a blemish because I see it here and there. But this one has a similar line on it right here. So, but overall, this looks like the top. It drops down. Then it's got these tank things that look like they go all the way around this thing. This is just covered with ice, but I think they go all the way around. This is probably part of the ship for all I know. And so this thing it looks to me like a big giant spaceship buried in the ice. And this is melted over here for some reason, but maybe it's, you know, it's operational, maybe it's a mine. They have mines on planets with no atmosphere, so in the water it's the same thing. They make all their tunnels with these little tube things. They all have the same little bumps on them. It's like they're modular. And just out of this picture here, you see 3 more over here on the right. Bumps, bumps, bumps. I'll get back to Google. We'll have to check that a minute. Sure. You have to kind of get back and look at it. This is the top of the ship. You can see how the roundness here. Everything's curved. So this is a ship parked here under the ice. And this just happens to be melted, probably because there's heat in there. This one has just probably got more ice on it, but this is the top of the same type of a looking ship as this. Here it is, another one. Plus we've got this weird shape in the ice here. We got these rows of something here, and if you zoom in on those almost look like rows of tanks. Because they're casting quite a shadow, so they're tall. So those are probably tanks. And then we have these over here, with little bumps. This is how they make their tunnels. Now, let me get back over into Google Earth to check out the bumps over here. You don't see, they don't show up very well in here. There's 1, 2, 3. So there's just a lot of unusual stuff here. Plus we have this what almost looks like a big skid mark. Got something, a circular, something perfectly circular here. That's interesting. So is that another one under the ice? Here's another one. Here's one. And this is right at the base of this volcano. Well, it's an old volcano, but it has quite a crater in here. I suppose that could be a crater.
Did you eat all those rice checks?
So it's relatively flat. And we do have lakes over here. So there's probably some thermal activity going on here for sure. And here's a waterfall. Look, it's a little valley. You can see the water coming down here. Here's the waterfall. Very turbulent water comes down here. Looks like it goes under the ice again. And then here's what looks like a lake. But who knows what that is? There's more lakes over here. This is just a small piece of the top of this old volcano. In fact, this is the one with that other thing in it right here. I don't know what that is. It's warm, whatever it is. Could be just a cinder cone or something. I don't see any steam, but there is a round, like a kind of a round hole on the side here. That could be an entry point for something. So, if you were going to do mining, this would probably be a good place to put a mine. Right over here. Park your mining ships in there and go to it. But that is definitely something parked in the ice. We did not put it there. So let me bring up this other picture. So here we have the ship that I found parked on Pluto just a few months ago. And you get it down here where you can see it. And this is the saucer, if you will. There's a fitting here, so I don't know if it's connected to the saucer, but there's a straight pipe that goes to this square box that's tapered. And this is some kind of it's a pile, whatever it is. This thing is dumping it, and it swings back and forth here. There's a huge tube or something coming through here, and then stops, and then a 90-degree comes up here. And this is a rectangular, almost like a coffin looking thing, but it's rounded edges on it. It must be metallic because it reflects off this end. And then we have here the lights, and then these are the tubes. Zoom in on those a little bit, and they're tubes. They're sectional. They all have sections in them. This one too. And these look like they're just part of the ship. There's something coming off this way. Another one. And if you back out a little bit, and in one of my other videos it shows you there's a manifold pipe assembly right down here. You can barely see it. This pipe comes in. There's elbows that comes in all over, and then there's a big tank. And other things going on at this site too, by the way. This is on Pluto, and this is an alien mine on Pluto. You can see this is an operation, and there's little or no air there, so this all has to be done in sealed tubes. I think bots are doing most of the work. And these tubes, they form them as they go, and these tubes are all over the place. You have to check out the original photo, and you'll see. It's just insane. So, back to this. And if you really look at this thing long enough, you'll see that it's a tall, round, now maybe it's not a spaceship, but it sure is an alien machine. And I think it's a mine. I don't see any roads here. No helicopter pad. These are obviously cylinders. Now Google Earth lies and says that this is only around 100 feet from here to there. So it means the ship is probably 100 feet across. So it's 100 feet across on that ship. This one would be 100 feet too. So there's two of them there for sure. I don't know why the tops look like this. If this was a good clear picture, we could probably see that. But, let me zoom in a tiny bit more here and bring it in one more time. But if you look at this original photo on your own software, you can see there are windows here. All the way around the side. They get smaller as they go because it's curved. And this part here, by the way, all this is underwater. This part is underwater. You can see that from a distance in the, if you back out, you can see that's underwater. So it just seems funny with all this snow that this is all totally melted. It's not going to do that unless there's a heat source there. But then, we're on an old volcano. So there's obviously some thermal things going on here. That's kind of far away from the volcano itself, but I guess it can still happen over here. This kind of looks rough too, like there's probably just a lot of hydrothermal stuff going on down here. These could be clouds coming from it too. Maybe there's steam coming off. So there you go. If that isn't a alien vehicle parked in the snow or under the snow, then I'd like to know what it is. Over and out.